Sunday, the 11th of August, Martin's test shaves. And I'm still trying my Thomas Magnum PI impersonation. Ha ha. This is only a week and a couple of days of moustache growth. I wanted to have a little chat before I start my shave about the evils of putting away razors. Let me show you. This is the, as you can see, absolutely mint case of a lovely little Dovo. This is my first quality razor 3 years ago, almost to the day. Now, 3 years ago, I didn't know much about maintenance, not on razors. So I just discovered this morning that I had put this away in the closed position. Big mistake. Carbon steel doesn't like to be put away like this unless you're really scrupulous about cleaning between the scales with a pipe cleaner to make absolutely sure there's no dampness. There may have been a little touch of dampness because these particular very beautiful razors, but they don't have the very high polish on them, only on the tang. Can you see the difference? On the tang, very high polish, therefore no staining. However, on the main blade is a satin finish, and of course that holds and retains moisture. Not a good idea for carbon steel. So anyway, I just thought I'd give a quick shout out before I begin my Thomas Magnum shave. This is, by the way, 4 days without shaving. Horrible mess. Anyway, let me just wrap it on for a couple of seconds more. I'm going to use the wonderful Eric the Cajun blade. Eric's wonderful deer tallow. Now this is my favourite of Eric's because it's not only very kind, but of course deer tallow, I don't know how you get it. I think you mince deers, whatever. Anyway, this has got a very nice aroma. I did actually make copious notes upon the lid of the little container. So this one has the sandalwood base. And actually, I've got to admit, I think I've lost one of my lids because I haven't got a proper organised way of storing things. I'm also going to send a tiny sample out to Mark Adams, and anybody else that's interested. Marcel in Belgium has some. I'm sure he will enjoy it as I have. Very, very, very faint aroma of sandalwood, which is good. The simple. Why am I lathering my moustache? I'm very weird. Anyway, just let me perambulate a little further on the evils of corrosion. If you put away a carbon razor with a satin finish, make very, very, very certain that you have not only stropped it to clean the very edge and to dry it, but also, as I just found out, very slight staining occurs inside the razor if it's put away even slightly damp. So 2021, late July 2021, I got this lovely little Dovo, brand spanking new, and I have unfortunately besmirched it, which is really quite unforgivable. Anyway, give me a couple of seconds longer to get this wonderful lather going, because as you can see, not only is Eric a master shaver, he's also an alchemist. And anybody that can make their own soap, my goodness me, I have the highest regard for. So, how about that? Okay, right, let's get on. First things first, dry fingers. Isn't it a good idea to play around with very sharp tools unless you've got dry fingers? So, fingers dry. I hope everyone is doing well. This is my favourite pair of scales. I do love faux tortoiseshell. I'm a flash git, I'm sorry. Anyway, let's see. I freshly stropped it. There's been some contention about stropping. I still regard stropping as being absolutely essential. And yet, the wonderful Greg, one of my favourite, everybody's favourite, YouTuber is actually doing a challenge. He's going 31 days with one particular razor without stropping it at all. I think that's unbelievable. This is a superb blade. Absolutely superb. I wish I used it more. But I'm an experimentalist by nature. And I just love experimenting with steel. Yeah, that's superb. Well done, Dovo. I just wish you'd been a bit more clever with your mixture of steels. So I'm going Fu Manchu at the moment because I haven't got the width to do a Thomas Magnum. Oh, that's really good. Another shout out to the wonderful Eric. I don't know how he does it. I suppose practice, like all of us. Look at that, 4 days worth of stubble. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, practice makes perfect, but he manages to scoot around his moustache and beard with great alacrity and precision. So very, very, very good. Can't see a thing. The light is all wrong in this bathroom. I have some very bright reflected sunlight. Yes, sunlight. I am in England. I know it's rare. Oh, that's very, very nice as well. Strange how my left hand doesn't seem to be quite as focused as my dominant right hand. You'll get this in any hobby, sport, occupation. I'm going skating soon. I've got my little inline skate vest on today. Yeah, it's very strange how one side of my mush responds better. The same with any sport occupation. We have a dominant side and the side sinister, which is the old term for lefties. Don't know why. I regret not shaving more this week, but it's been very busy. My good friend, who I've mentioned before, Hisham Baloui, who owns a lovely little barber's, which I've used many times in the town in Littlehampton. He came round and helped me demolish my old shed. Yes. Anyway, I'm feeling a bit awkward today. If you go too many days without shaving, your skills drop off. That's not bad though. So I doubt very much if I'll keep this forever, this moustache. That's the whole point of having a shaving channel. Experimentation. Charging around doing weird things with razors. There's a prohibition by the powers that be, the post office in England, what you can and can't send through the post. Yeah. Now I'm making no mentions about how lame and stupid that is, but they've deemed anything with an edge, including barber's scissors, to be offensive and therefore cannot go through the post. But there are disclaimers I've now found out. One of the disclaimers is if it can be used for a trade or business, like a Stanley knife, a box cutter knife, then in theory, yes, you can, but you have to put an age disclaimer. This is to stop the little terrorist children in London from stabbing each other, I imagine. I can't work out the thinking of liberals. I am not a liberal. I'm a thinker. Anyway, I've got to say I'm very, very happy with this little fellow, but I shall very, very, very carefully take this and give it a very light cleaning and buffing. If you use a small Dremel or such like electrical appliance, and you're very, very, very careful, you can in fact redeem the stain without hurting the panel with the gold etching on it. Going across the grain, this is a lovely little razor. I used to be a bit prejudiced against 5/8. I don't know why. I think they're just a bit more fiddly. But this is very, very good. Note the slight rolling action. Using finger and thumb, you can just slightly roll on some angles. Yeah, I'm happy. There's a coming up buffing path. Spreading the lovely lala hither and thither, backwards and forwards. Anyway, just to finalise our little chat, I'd like to say that everybody with the skills and the dedication can get such great pleasure from straight razor shaving. I'd also like to add, although I have the deepest sympathy for those that use safety razors, they're more dangerous. You'll cut yourself and get more little digs with a safety razor than you ever will with one of these. These do take the initial learning and the initial skill, but it's extraordinarily rare for me to get any more than a tiny little weeper about once every month. Whereas I have here of those poor souls who use safety razors, but they're always getting weepers. So I won't touch one. I like the purity of a straight edge. I love the process, I love the stropping, I love the care and attention. And look at that, absolutely perfect shave. Only 12 minutes and we've gone from me chatting and lathering to finish a BBS, and that is a BBS, baby bum smooth shave. Try doing that with any other razor. Wish you luck. Let me just say a kind word about chevettes. For those that don't want to quite go full-blooded into straight razor shaving, the chevette, although it's slightly more awkward and being a manufactured edge, slightly more sharp and dangerous, there's something about mass manufactured edges. They're extraordinarily sharp, but they don't take prisoners. These you tune to the edge that you like, and for me it's been quite a revelation. All the different stones you can use. I've got more stones coming. I've got a tam o'shanter and a water of air. Yes, water of air coming. So bloody hell, I've really gone crazy. I have told my love in Morocco, the wonderful Alda, and she's not pleased with me. She says I should stop spending money on razors. Well, compared with our potential nuptials, this is a drop in the ocean. Anyway, the other thing, lads, and I presume it's mostly lads that watch my strange channel, third pass by the way, is yeah, the more you straight razor shave, not only the more confident and better you become at it, but also it does increase hair growth. And I've never been so hairy. I'm not a hairy person. A shout out to some of the incredibly hirsute Balkan bandits out there. Sean Staplefield, he looks like a gorilla. Yes, he does. And of course, my compatriot in the North Country Far, James, Sustainer Shave, Sustainer Shave James, who is on holiday. I've just bought a razor from him and he's on holiday. Anyway, James is a wonder, truly dedicated, a craftsman, a raconteur, good dad, and he's in the arboreal forest. He's in the New Forest on holiday. So have a wonderful one, James. I hope you watch this. I'm still trying to find the remnants of stubble. It's a misnomer to think that because you can hear the underlying stubble inside the skin is actually shaving, but it's baby bum smooth. So again, you can't say that with many things in life. The better you get, the better are the results. So I'm going to leave you chaps in peace. Thank you so much if you've subscribed to this channel, and if you haven't, please do. I'm just trying to spread the word, all the ins and outs of straight razor shaving. I don't do anything else. So I'm going to quickly finish off. I'm then going to head down to the skate patch later today, lunchtime, and join some of my droogs down there and have a skate in the sun, which is what men do. Others follow football, but that's an aberration. I like to physically get involved. Being a bystander and watching sport is very strange. Anyway, I'm still finding little spots under the chin, recalcitrant stubble, and yet you put your finger on it, there's nothing there. Very strange. Anyway, guys, that's going to do me. Just let me just reinforce what this little episode was about. What's it about is don't be a lazy arse and put your razors away in a box or put your razors away closed like that. If they're closed like that, with even the slightest bit of damp inside the scales, you're going to start getting rust and tarnish and all sorts of horrors. So, pipe cleaner at the ready, always. Pipe cleaner simply goes in the scales, that is now bone dry, and I'm going to lightly strop this after I've given it a good cleaning, and then I'm going to give it a very light polish, very, very carefully. So you can feel the difference even. These stupid blades which have a semi-polish, let's call it a semi-polished finish, they will retain moisture. So there's this beautiful little Dovo. This is the Dovo Special, and as you can see, the bright shiny bits are very bright and shiny because they were highly polished, and the blade wasn't. The blade has a slightly matted finish to it, and that retains moisture. So beware, guys. Anyway, wonderful. Thanks for all those who've subscribed. I shall be doing more very shortly. Martin Test Shaves, over and out. Bye.